Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get more views on your videos. The secret, a new strategy called the sequel technique. Today, we'll be using an example video that has been doing this exact same strategy, and that video now has over 2 million views. If you watch this whole video, I'll show you step by step through the whole process. Do you know what's crazy? Most YouTube views don't come from YouTube search. They actually come from suggested videos. Mind blown, I know. Now just a quick recap. Suggested videos are on the left hand side of the video you're currently watching, or underneath the video if you're on a mobile device. And if you can get your video to appear as a suggested video, you can get thousands or even millions of views. So what is the best way to the sequel technique? Okay, so starting with step number 1, find a popular video in your niche. The first step is to find a video in your industry with a lot of views already. Why? Remember, the goal of this strategy is to show up in the suggested videos, and when you get your video to appear next to a popular video, lots of people click over and watch your video. The question is, how do you find a popular video in your niche? Here's a simple strategy that works great. First, use YouTube search. All you need to do is search for a keyword that describes the video you want to make. Then keep an eye out for search results that already have lots of views. For example, when I search for improved Google rankings, I notice that this video has over 400,000 views. Bingo. You can also look at your competitors' most popular videos. Just head over to their channel and hit videos, then sort by most popular, and just like that, you get a list of top viewed videos on their channel. For an example, Jeff Rose used a sequel technique and got over 2 million views on just one of his videos doing just that. So, on to step number 2, create a bigger and better video, the sequel. So now that you have found a popular video, it's time to create something bigger and better. Why is this important? Well, as it turns out, YouTube focuses on something called expected watch time. Expected watch time is simple. It's YouTube's best guess on how much time someone will spend on your video after they click off. Needless to say, YouTube promotes videos that keep people on YouTube. So the higher your expected watch time, the better. For an example, let's just say you posted a video about cold brew coffee. Let's call it video A. And YouTube starts to show your video in the suggested sidebar. Well, when people click over to your video, they only watch it for 30 seconds on average. YouTube knows that when someone clicks on your video as a suggested video, it's only going to result in 30 seconds of watch time. So that video has an expected watch time of 30 seconds. Now let's say you create another video about cold brew coffee, video B. This time, people watch 2 minutes of your video on average, which means that the video has an expected watch time of 2 minutes. 4 times more than the video A. And because video B has a higher expected watch time, YouTube is going to promote it in the suggested video sidebar like crazy. So as you can see, to get your videos to show in the suggested videos, your video needs to keep people watching. And to keep people watching, your video needs to be awesome. That's where this step, creating the sequel, comes into play. With your sequel, you take the video that you found in step number 1 and make it better. Here's exactly how to do it. First, create an awesome video intro. Why is this so important? Well, YouTube data shows that the first 15 seconds of a video is huge. In fact, YouTube says if you lose someone's interest in the first 15 seconds, they're going to click off and watch something else. But if you can grab their attention in the first 15 seconds of the video, they'll stick around and watch even more. Next, you want to create longer videos. Last year, I analyzed over 1 million YouTube videos to understand how YouTube's search engine works. And when we found that long videos crush short videos, it was unbelievable. Even though our study focused on YouTube search, the message is clear. YouTube promotes videos that keep people on YouTube, and longer videos do just that. Plus, longer videos are expected to have a higher expected watch time. For an example, let's say that your video is 3 minutes long. Well, even if people watch 100% of your video, which will never happen, your expected watch time will be at most 3 minutes. But let's just say your video is 10 minutes long. Even if people only watch half of your video, your expected watch time is going to be 5 minutes. 5 minutes is still better than 3 minutes. Finally, it's time to add pattern interrupts to your video. Pattern interrupts are super powerful. In fact, I found that pattern interrupts can dramatically increase your video's audience retention and watch time majorly. So, what are they? Pattern interrupts are something you add to your videos to change things up. A pattern interrupt can be a visual, a camera angle change, a joke, music, basically anything that's different than the rest of your video. For an example, the video I found in the first step didn't use a lot of pattern interrupts. It was mainly just a plain old boring screen recording. For my sequel, I used dozens of pattern interrupts. I added visuals, I changed camera angles, and I told stories. I even had a handful of little funny moments. What I thought were funny moments. With that, let's move on to step number 3. Optimizing your video. Finally, it's time to optimize your video. Usually when you optimize your video, it's with SEO, search engine optimization. Well, with the sequel technique, you're not trying to rank in YouTube search. If you do, that's great, but that's not the goal. The main goal is to show up as a suggested video next to a popular video. For an example, let's look at Jeff's Rose video again. Jeff's video has over 2 million views, but when you search for the keyword passive income, his video isn't even in the top 3. And that's because the majority of his views come from suggested videos. So now the question is, how do you optimize your videos for suggested views? It's simple. Copy your competitors' keywords. In fact, YouTube has said themselves that when your video's metadata matches the video someone is watching, you're more likely to show up as a suggested video. With that, here's exactly how to optimize your video for suggested views. First, say your keyword in your video. This is a big one. You probably noticed YouTube can understand what you're saying in your videos. It's not perfect, but in my experience, they understand about 90 to 95% of the words you say in a given video. And when YouTube hears your target keyword in your video, it helps them understand that your video is about that topic. Next, you want to optimize your description. Specifically, you want to check out your competitor description and use the same keywords they're using. Then, you want to copy your competitors' tags. To do this, you'll need to look at your competitors' tags in the source code of the page or use a tool like vidIQ or TubeBuddy. Then, use a few of the tags in your video. For an example, I used as many tags as I could from my competitor's video in my video, because the description and titles of my videos and tags match the popular video so well I constantly show up as a suggested video. Now, before I end today's video, I have a quick bonus tip, which is to increase your suggested video CTR. As you just saw, suggested video is a powerful way to get more YouTube views. But what if there's a way to double, triple, or even quadruple the number of views you get from suggested videos? Well, there is. It's called improving your CTR. You might have heard CTR before. If not, CTR stands for click-through rate. It simply means out of all the people that see your video and how many actually click on it. And needless to say, the higher the CTR, the more views you get. Creating a great thumbnail is a great way to increase your CTR. Thumbnails with a high CTR usually have a human face in the thumbnail. In the end, it's more trustworthy for the viewer. So there you have it, folks, the sequel technique. I hope you gained some knowledge from this video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider pressing the like button. If you want to see more content like this, press the subscribe button and turn on the bell. Thanks for watching.